Well, hello everyone. This has been a minute since I've done a live. It actually has been years. And the last time I did this was an idea that I had. I did it twice, so you can't say I wasn't committed to do a morning drive sports card type conversation. Um, I had fun with it. It never got full legs, but I was kind of like, my idea is, okay, you're going somewhere, work, drop kids off, whatnot, and just listen to sports conversation with a bend on to what, like, sports conversation with the card market, the hobby, all in mind. So that has stopped, but I thought, why not try something else again? I'm calling it Card Talk Live. Hopefully it's all going well. What I really want from this is just interaction with people. Hopefully there's some folks that hop in the chat and ask questions and we just talk, kind of building community, hanging out about sports cards. It's something that I've seen other people do well, and I want to be able to try it myself. I also have been working on organizing my cards in a new way to create a giveaway that I want to be able to give the wonderful, loyal subscribers, nailed it, people that are watching the channel, commenting, supporting. It's been great. And so I've created something called the Joel's Sports Cards Giveaway Pack. Wow. It's a really dynamic name. I can tell the people are just already mind blown with it. I don't have two cameras, so I don't have a great setup, but I do have the ability to mirror myself. I've created not one for every team. These are the ones that I've had so far. So you can see the list. WWE, there's just 4 different ones. There's obviously not like a team. I guess I could find a way to like make it more unique. Like, hey, these are the Canadian wrestlers or whatnot. But and then if you see like Rockets times 2, I've made 2 of them. What's in each of these packs? It's a team bag. It's not like super fancy, but it will be mailed free to one person from this live who stays till the end as a gift from me to you. So what are in these giveaway packs are there's 2 top loaded cards that are the kind of the bigger fun cards of it. I'm not going to put numerical value, financial value to it. Things change. This list will kind of hopefully just stay out there. So they were at the time of packing things that I was like, oh, somebody would be excited to get those 2 cards because it's a prominent name in a decent like card, not just garbage. And then there are 4 soft sleeved cards that are of some type of, there's an insert, a rookie, parallel, numbered, something along those lines. And they're all of the team that's there. Like the player should be in their uniform. If they were a rookie and just drafted to the team, there is a chance it's either like their college uniform or a little bit of unlicensed Panini up in there. So, but the real intent is not to be like, oh, sick, you got like a Shohei Ohtani Angels card in the Dodgers pack, because in theory, I hope that the person who gets the pack is that team's fan. Don't have one of every team, so obviously that can't happen fully, but maybe that's something that could happen. I do want to make a comment on this channel live, which is always rare. There is someone watching, which makes me really excited. Hopefully me calling you out and hopefully me just acknowledging that there's only one person doesn't make me look like a complete fool. But if you're in here and would feel free and confident enough to throw a question or a comment, that would be awesome. We got to start somewhere. Grassroots movement here. And I'd love to hear just what do you think about in the sports card hobby right now? What is something we can talk about? As I say that now, we've doubled to 2 people in the room. You build it, they come and they're gone. Okay, lost that person. Too much engagement. It's hey, I want to just be in and out, not have to talk. But if you're the same person who's still here, hello, thanks for sticking with it. Throw a question in the chat, something you're thinking about in the sports card hobby. Otherwise, I'm just going to be monologuing the whole time, which is fun. I got enough tea to keep my throat clear. But all that to be said, explaining at the end of this, for those that stay through, stay loyal and committed, yes, there will be a giveaway shipped free to the Continental 48. Always got to put in that caveat. And I'll randomize it, just very janky style of that all. But these are the teams that you'll get a chance to get a Joel's sports card giveaway pack from. You'll just email me your address. I'll email you this list. You don't have to memorize it, screenshot it, any of that stuff. Then you'll pick. And then hopefully I can find other ways to give these away because it just would be fun to do that. Hello, second person in the live again. We're back to double. Let's go. I'm gonna have fun with this, y'all. If people want to chirp and make fun of it, we have 3 people live right now with us. Hello, everyone. If any of you want to throw a comment in the chat here to get us talking and going, that would be lovely. Because I can talk about any of the things. The giveaway, I think hopefully you understand. Each giveaway pack, if you're just hopping in here, will have 2 top-loaded cards of a significant, I thought somebody would be excited from one of these teams. 4 soft sleeves of a rookie, insert color, numbered, the standard kind of not just base, and then 3 base of the team, or in wrestling, just a wrestler. So that's exciting, fun stuff to hopefully keep you here. But I wanted to just chat, hang out, card talk live about different things. We got baseball going on right now. The Dodgers and the Mets are playing game 2. Mets started off hot 6-0. I don't have any like fancy TV setup, so I can't follow any of the other stuff. But yeah, it's been fun to just kind of be able to track some of the stars in the game still being live. Obviously, for the hobby, I think the Dodgers going over the Mets is big. Mookie, Shohei, they're names that people are excited about. The Mets, Lindor, yeah, push him, pull him, do something. Maybe he does something for you, but also I just don't think the Lindor market is going to go as big. If it's Mets, Yankees, that will kind of just all rising tides shoot all the ships up, so that'd be good. But really, I think we're all hoping for the crash course of Yankees, Dodgers, just because the Yanks got a squad going there with people who are hobby relevant. The Guardians, again, kind of Mets territory. I can't imagine Steven Kwan or Manzardo are pushing you that. Okay, Jose Ramirez, probably the most underrated. Sterling Wade, first comment. Hello, Sterling. If you have any card take, thought, thing you want to talk about, I would love to hear it. I would love to talk about it. I'd love this to be interactive because that would be fun for me. Low key, I hope this is fun for everyone, but even if it's not, it's great for me. So I'm excited to be able to do this and chat, just hang out. So baseball, yeah, Dodgers, even if they lose today, I think they got a steady track to still go and be the representative of the National League out in the World Series. Yankees tonight, I think they will win. I could see the Guardians getting 1, make it interesting, but I would imagine that gets pretty quickly overturned as well. So you got that going. Something that I've been actually very invested in this year is the WNBA. I got a group of 3 buddies to get into a WNBA fantasy league this year, and that really helped me, like any sport, learn the league. If you're ever wanting to do that in hockey, soccer, I'm sure they have it. I've never done that, but I really got to learn the league. And with the Lynx, for those that don't know, I'm from Minnesota. I live in Minnesota. The Lynx being in there, that's been super fun to be able to listen to their games on the radio as I'm driving at different times. And on my fantasy team, I had Ionescu and Brianna Stewart. And so the finals here, it's kind of a popping one for the hobby. The league is more than Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. Even this rookie class. Now, WNBA Origins is scheduled to come out in 2 days, this Wednesday. And that is the first WNBA pro uniform product. So all the cards that have been previously how you would get Caitlin or Reese are kind of the Bowman Chrome University stuff. Cool, fun things to be able to enjoy, but I think people are really ready to get the Prism going. Sterling's ready to comment. If anybody else in the chat, there's 2 other people, not calling you out, but throw a comment in the chat. I'd love to talk. Sterling says, I collect football cards. Do you think the price of boxes will come down or stay about the same? Sterling, phenomenal point. Well, first of all, we got 2 different types of boxes, as we all know. Tops, unlicensed pricing with a lot of the big name autos. So right now it's the CJ Stroud not being in Panini, Tom Brady signing in Topps composite, and there's going to be a chance too for other ones. Then you got the Panini stuff. This year they don't even have Caleb Williams live right now. There's the Mystery Redemption rookie who, if it's not Caleb Williams, is just an absolute disgrace of a PR debacle that you would like figure out some way to like give it random rookies to people who are maybe sitting on those redemptions, buying those redemptions. That would just be awful. But Caleb doesn't have cards, period, in the Panini football right now. We haven't seen Panini, Mosaic, Optic, any of that stuff. Excuse me, Prism. But have thrown out Origins, Gold Standard, Luminance. Some stuff has been just college uni. You get like the Pen Pal autos that get the pro uni. So they do have some of that stuff. That's the market. Okay. And with that being said, you would hope that both of those companies and those boxes would be lower prices. And they just quite frankly haven't in a way that is frustrating. You would think they would look and say, hey, since if you're going through Panini, you're not going to get the Jaden Daniels auto this year. They really got a lot of the autos there. I mean, for 2024 Panini football, like JJ McCarthy, blown ACL, Michael Penix has had injury problems, not even starting. Those are the two big ones. Like Braylon Allen as a backup New York Jets running back kind of seems like a more significant auto hit. Like that's all brutal. So, do I think the prices are going to come down? I don't. Truthfully, they've set this here pretty clear that Topps Composite has brought their unlicensed product in the price that they're hoping for. They did a great job with that lead in, I think. Really smart, really strong. Now they can make other products, and that line has kind of been set. And Panini is only going to go up because you're going to now start to get the pro uniform ones that are a little bit easier to chase color and be a little bit more focused. You know, like sweet Luminance is fun to chase day one autos, or Origins, I think, is the one that had pen pals. My apologies if I got those wrong, but I don't think they're going to go down. And then eventually, Fanatics Takeover has it all, and I would say that's probably going to only go up too. So I think right now, if you're hoping that prices go down, you might need to readjust expectations. Sterling, want to hear your thoughts on that. If you agree, disagree, but there's a little breakdown of what I think about football cards and the market right there. This is what I want. Snaps for you, Sterling. Anybody else want to throw in a chat question? I'd love to do that. Otherwise, I can keep chatting for days, y'all. Get this tea. It's a sweet and spicy tea, which is a nice little cinnamon, little ginger hit. It's all good. So coming back, Wednesday, WNBA Origins. I'm hoping to be able to get a box there. It's unclear if I'll be able to pull that off. But that'd be really fun to be able to rip because I think that's going to go through the moon in terms of hype. I'm confident Panini is going to do well with that product. They do have WNBA going forward. And so they are incentivized to make that a good product for people to be able to watch and to be able to encounter in a positive way and hopefully then collect going forward. You know, Panini football, they're on the edge of glory, hashtag Lady Gaga. Like the looking at the future and seeing like, hey, do we need to keep this product at a level that's going to sustain customers coming back to us? Panini can kind of say no. Topps is trying to build that and they're just doing it in the way they can, in the way they want to. So let me get this sweatshirt off so that my takes are ready to go. All right. There's another product that's getting released this week that I'm very excited about. Topps Update series. You think like, what? You're excited to get the reliever who got traded at the deadline in the new uniform of their team? No. What is very good about Update this year is all the Jacksons, basically. Churio, Merrill even and Holiday had SPs, short prints in Series 1. Their base rookies are going to be included in this product. I don't know what price is going to be. I assume it's going to be higher than what Update normally comes in at. But you got Skeens with the base, rookie, boom, and the debut. You're going to get a lot of the debut ones. Striker Breaks has already made a video releasing and honestly did a great job with the intro. If you haven't done seen it, go subscribe to Striker Breaks and watch his like very creative way of him telling the story of how he got this box. He got it out early. I mean, Monday. That's coming in hot. I feel like we were getting some Tuesday release videos, but Striker struck a deal with the trench coat guy to make that happen. So yeah, update, and that's going to be a fun one. Yes, it's a lot of base that you're not going to necessarily care about. Be aware of that. But you get a chance to pull some numbered cards. The inserts of people are coming, through the roof. I will say a little bit concerning how many rookie cards Ellie and Jason and Evan Carter have, and it's only putting the logo on more things here. Cosmic had it all over the place. Topps Cosmic was phenomenal. Go look at my video if you haven't seen that already of my Topps Cosmic hobby review box. I got very, very lucky. I'll just say that. So Topps update this Wednesday as well. That'll be an exciting one. Sterling said, I was hoping that with Topps and Fanatics, they would come down. Composite had some good looking cards and some good autos coming out of it for sure. Yeah, couldn't agree more, Sterling. I would just say that we have to just acknowledge that that's probably not where they're at. And so you got to just say, okay, we now need to adjust our expectations as collectors. Other things within the hobby, obviously football. Football has been going, I'd say, stronger than last year, but not as strong as I think all of us would want in the hobby. I got a Sam Darnold rookie, and it's like I get that Sam Darnold is not a new bell at the ball, but the price going up from where he was start of the season to now has been not what I would say is warranted based on performance. The guy's 5-0. He was the number 3 overall pick. Like, he had pedigree. USC, people watched him in college. Like a Dak Prescott or a Russ kind of coming in without that first round top tier. It's not a lottery system in the NFL, but we kind of know and feel that lottery vibe too at times, right? Sam had that. Now, he had it in a class that was very big. This is getting very Sam Darnold focused. I'm going to wrap this up and keep it pushing. He had it in a big class, so I think he got lost in it. Obviously struggled with the Jets and the Panthers, but a guy who's 5-0 got a potential, like his name is in the MVP conversation, even if it's the last name that's read and talked about. To see him not really go up much, I think that's a little bit of a bummer. You got a lot of times somebody comes in at a price and they just kind of go downhill. Mahomes not having his best season. Burrow not having his best season. Trevor Lawrence tanking. Woof, duh. I mean, is that not where you want to be? Not very many people starting from here and going up. Baker, I don't know his pricing fully. I haven't been looking at that. I don't have any Baker cards. I would imagine he's maybe a little better than Sam, especially after the performance yesterday, but probably not skyrocketed to where he maybe could be. What's up, SCA? If you got a question, love to hear it. Thanks for being on here. We got 4 people in the chat. I'm naming every one of them. I'm thrilled. 4 people in the world are watching what I'm talking about in my basement, and that's just incredible. Technology is insane. So we're talking sports cards. And they're also, for those that haven't seen, if you stay till the end and are still watching, I'm going to ask for who's still here in the chat, give you about a minute to respond. You will be eligible. I'll randomize right here. These are the Joel Sports Cards giveaway packs. Each one of these has 2 top-loaded cards of players that I'd say is somebody you'd be excited to pull. Very subjective. Don't at me if you don't like it, but there'll be 4 soft-sleeved cards as well in these packs. Every soft-sleeved card is either a rookie insert, parallel numbered, and then 3 standard base. They're, for the most part, 99.9. The players in your uniform of your team. I'm not trying to throw on random scrubs. What's up, Matthew's Coin and Card Collecting? Feel free to throw a chat question to get us talking about different things in the hobby. I'm just explaining the giveaway here. So at the end, you could be able to win one of these if you hang out with me long enough to see. SCA, I'm more on basketball. Well, first of all, here's the basketball teams you could get. Bulls, Cavs, Celtics, Grizzlies, Hawks, Kings, Knicks, Magic, 2 Rocket packs. Rocket Power. No, there's no Rocket Power there. What's up, Red03? Thanks for being here. This is starting to go. We're getting going, folks. Let's get some chat questions. Since SCA did bring up basketball, that's a topic in the hobby I did want to start talking about. The National being in August and coinciding with the start of the NFL is such a catalyst for the football card market. If the National was right this weekend, right? Maybe last weekend, right? Beginning of October, do we think that the basketball market would have some more momentum? Would people be talking themselves into buying Ja Morant. I think some of those things could be a benefit if the hobby had a big show in September, because right now it doesn't feel like folks talk about here's the basketball player that is a buy. And what's interesting is, I mean, obviously with football, we've seen it the last couple of years. Prices for those quarterbacks get so high, and it almost is like unsustainable. Like they almost go down, even if performance is decent. It's not like it excels and goes forward. With basketball, you kind of start in a little bit of a mid place. Hopefully, this year we see some of that go up, but as the hobbies cycle has kind of consistently been, pre New Year's Day, it is hard for those cards to shoot up. Christmas, the games there on Christmas for the NBA obviously are super helpful for visibility, notoriety, some of those things. But I'm looking at, like, are people getting excited to think about, hey, like I'm gonna buy a Devin Booker card because Tyus Jones is now a legit point guard? I don't think so. I wish it was the case, but it doesn't seem to be. Um, Matthews, coins and card and collecting. Why is the National always in such weird places? My take, having so little information, it's insane, is that it's cheaper for the organization to run the National at a venue that is less prestigious. So shout out Fanatics Fest for being in New York, for paying for an incredible venue. That experience, I think, multiplies a return on investment for Fanatics in this hobby. The National, saying like Cleveland, like they can just get it quicker. There's been a good card show going on here in Minnesota at the River Center. I don't think many people outside of Minnesota have heard of the River Center in St. Paul, Minnesota. That's because it's a building that doesn't cost anywhere near as much as where Fanatics Fest is going, right? So the weird places, lower price, kind of cost for the National to have to pay. They have people that are committed, cronies that are committed to come in every year. No offense, the crony term was a little hot. I take it back, but Matthew saying the National should be in Boston at some point. The turnout would be huge. Obviously, New England Cards, it's a match made in heaven. There's total buy-in. The hard part about New England, you're just talking flights. If this is the Midwest, you know what the Midwest is, young and restless, as Kanye says. You get people from one side of the coast, and then you get them on the other side. They can meet in the middle in Cleveland. Boston, to get somebody from California to go to Boston, you're getting a significant commitment level from that person, which is a little bit more challenging. I have been to Boston many times. I actually lived in New Hampshire for a year. I think that would be awesome. But I do think it would be much more of a regional show than I think the National would want. Again, I'm not saying that Cleveland is the actual solution or the Midwest everywhere, but that's what I would imagine the comeback would most commonly be. Folks, this is great. Thanks for chatting in here. If you missed the beginning, I'm just trying to do this to talk and hang out and get some good community building. So if you have a question, please just throw it up in the chat. Don't throw up in the chat. Put your question in the chat. And then at the end of this, I don't know exactly when I'll call it, but I have created these giveaway packs. Each of these teams has a pack that I created that has 2 top-loaded cards of somebody that's a little bit more significant, a card and a player that I would hope that you'd be excited to get. 4 soft-sleeved cards in them as well. Those soft sleeves are rookies, inserts, parallels are numbered, and then 3 standard base uniform player of your team. I made these at some point. I've kind of been reorganizing my cards in some type of way to try to get it organized so I can keep making these as time goes on. I don't know exactly how I'll use them and give them away with the channel, but I'm hopeful to be able to do that. So at the end, whoever's still watching, I'll ask for a code word that you'll type in the chat. We'll randomize some people and then give those away to somebody in the Continental 48. Matthew said, I'm from Massachusetts, so card shows are hard to come by. Yeah, it is kind of challenging. Number one, to be able to find card shows. Everyone's got a different kind of regional spot. Midwest, I think, is a little bit easier because, again, you can go left or right. It's really hard for you to find a good card show east of Massachusetts. The ocean doesn't necessarily have them as much as the land. So, yeah, I get that. And what's hard about New England, too, is although there's a lot of people that are close by in different states, right? Like Texas as a whole state so big you can almost drive all of Texas and not um and and you would be further away than, just traveling all of New England. I think you get what I'm saying. But yeah, what are those people that are maybe willing to drive an hour and a half to get a card show through New England? I haven't been there in a minute, so it's good to hear some boots on the ground commitment and perspective there, Matthew, about card shows. But I think they're a lifeblood of the hobby. I mean, so much of what we do here, kind of trading and valuing cards, is seen or talked about on the eBay comps of it all. But we all know that when you go to a show, that you're not just like, hey, this card was $10. Therefore, I'm expecting somebody to pay me $10. Um, a card show has people in person willing to pay cash, maybe willing to look and see, hold the card right there. Some people would say, hey, that person paying cash, that should be a benefit to them. They should get a better deal because the person doesn't have to navigate, the money coming in digitally. They could take that money and move it right at the card show. Some people would say, hey, no, actually, the seller should get the benefit because the buyer doesn't have to worry about a card getting eaten up in the mail or, kind of lost at some point. They're holding it, they have it right away. They could even flip it there. So you get these kind of different debating points of, card shows in a way that I think really energizes the hobby, and it kind of helps people realize that you can't just straight up look at a number and have this thing be um what do I want to say? Like a stock. Like it's not a living, breathing card because it's a piece of cardboard, but it's unique. A PSA 10 Mike Trout can't just be one size fits all. When you get there at a card show, you get to see, hey, what does it actually look like? You can look at it, pull the sticker aside, make sure there's not a hidden kind of scuff there. That something to be aware of, as we've heard too often in the hobby news, unfortunately. But you also get at a card show people kind of negotiating in a different way, right? eBay with the classic 13% of sales getting pulled. Um, some people say, hey, the buyer then should be just pocketing that 13%. Some people will say the seller should be able to um, get a little bit more and they can figure out that out. It's all the negotiation and it's all a balance. Maybe it's easier to pull off a trade, right? There's companies that can help you pull off a trade virtually, mailing it, but it's always risky. People don't necessarily trust that as much as, boom, I'm at a card shop, I'm at a card show. We got our Zion cases out and we're flipping cards there. So Matthew Coin and Collecting said, I'm trying to shift to buying singles, but I want to still rip packs at a decent price. Totally. I think a lot of people are trying to look at the singles market and say, hey, this is something that maybe I haven't dabbled in as much recently. Maybe it's a kind of been a move, but I'm going to double down on that strategy. I think you got to ask the question, like, what do you really want out of this? Because for me personally, I don't really find it that fun to buy a card on eBay and have it. It's a mentality that I've actually had forever. When I was a kid, I was more excited if my mom and dad gave me a random jersey of a football player. I specifically remember getting a Drew Bledsoe jersey and Brian Urlacher and Tony Gonzalez. They got them at TJ Maxx or Marshalls or one of those. And I loved that these were just the random jerseys that I had and they were mine. I get excited that I might pull a random color parallel out of a retail value pack, and that's mine. I didn't just choose it. It was just given to me, and now I navigate it. So my enjoyment of this isn't like Ja Morant PSA 10. Boom. I now own it. Although it's fun and cool to look at, I didn't really earn it. I just paid for it, which obviously I have a job and I got money, or in the hobby I sold something to flip and then I have the profit in my account to buy the card, all that stuff. I get it, but I feel so excited when I got a card. And obviously, it's not, maybe not obvious. My channel here is $1 in, $1 out. So I have to move a lot of the cards that I pull on camera to buy the next box. So unfortunately, most of the stuff that I really like at this point, I keep it pushing. It doesn't stay as a long-term hold for me. Some stuff, a lot of the more not so valuable, but I think it's cool. I keep, but if something's hot and you pull it right away, you gotta keep it pushing. So, We also got a comment here from Renault3. What's your take to the alleged influencer boxes? Top YouTubers who's doing breaks always get the hard to pull cards. It's a bummer. Um, I guess I don't have a strong take opinion one way or the other, besides that some of the influencers are just opening up way more boxes than the average, small YouTuber like me. So I think a lot of it is just like you can read into the math how you want, right? Oh my gosh, this person pulled this incredible card. Well, they also make 10 times as more videos than me, right? Like, I don't know. I think it's very easy to think about like, okay, if Tops were to think as an organization, how do we market this? Yes, giving it to somebody who can make a video about the product, show what you can pull, get everybody excited, then they go and buy the boxes. Obviously, that makes sense. And obviously, they know to some degree the product and what's going in there. What I mean by that is like it's every box says like on average one auto. So they have a system where they're like, here's the auto that's going in there. The randomization of those autos obviously very significant, but it's not an impossible task. It's not just completely random. Like we make a billion cards and we shuffle them all up and just shove them in packs and throw them out. Like there's a possible way to make that happen. But I would say I don't think I have any enjoyment putting time into that thought. Personally, I love that you ask it, Red. It's a great topic, but I don't really spend my time thinking about it because it's just like I'm never gonna get an influencer box. I buy my boxes here at my local card shop, 3 Star Sports Cards, Little Canada, Bloomington, Minnesota. Like I'm not getting the thing, so like why do I care? I have no control over it. I guess maybe that's how I view it. Sterling from Montana, and card shows are very far and few in between. Yeah. Sterling, have you traveled to any of the big shows? I'd be interested in that. I never have. I've never gone to Dallas, though I think it'd be super fun. I just, as a person who has a job, as a person who this is a complete hobby, and the money that I get from it, I'd invest right back into the channel, which is also half of the hobby for me, to be completely honest. Like making video and making content is super fun. Getting interaction like this and having people talk on live, incredible. Like I could enjoy this with 8 people forever. Shout out, we have 8 people in this chat here. It's not something that I'm trying to necessarily turn into anything more. It's just keep investing in it, see where it goes, have fun with that. Sterling saying hasn't traveled to the card shows. Totally. But I would be interested one day personally to go to those. I think it'd be awesome. I get the Minnesota card shows here. That's really what I get. And just different availability on weekends. Like I can't always go to the one I would even want to. So, comment from my mom in the chat. Hi, mom. She says Jolie Mint jersey shopping so easy. I knew I could buy whatever jersey I could find at Marshalls. Good. We got the clarity. It's Marshalls. Yeah. It's funny. I still remember those 3 jerseys though, Mom. Don't have them anymore. I don't think they would fit me. But yeah, I really think I learned in that moment. Like I had more fun just with the random jersey that came through than I could have said, like, I want a Randy Moss jersey. I definitely had a Carter and a Culpepper. I never had a Moss jersey until like college, and I got it as a retro, like found it at a thrift shop. I remember when Moss got traded to the Patriots. I was in college then and going to the dining hall wearing my Moss 84 jersey. I felt like such a boss right there. Talk of the town type stuff. Red 03, always the first wave of a new product having the good stuff, just like they did with Topps Chrome Basketball. Wemby autos are everywhere. Yeah, I will say with Topps Chrome Basketball, and that release, I was floored at how many of those Wemby autos came from influencers. It's a great point, Red. That one specifically, I think if you're gonna go Exhibit A in the influencer box argument, like Topps Chrome, Wemby autos, Card Collector 2, any other of the names, it was like this is unique. Either they're just super common and that's not great, or it's one of those things that there's something going on there. Matthew Coyne and Card Collecting says there are pros and cons to both ripping and buying signals, but at the end of the day, I see cards as a hobby, not an investment. Cards do carry value through, though, so you need to take advantage of the prices. I love that thought, Matthew. I want to sit with that for a minute. As other people are here, feel free to keep throwing up questions and comments. I love the chat, being able to flow. This is great. Cards as a hobby, not an investment. I would say this. 2020, for those that don't know, that's when I kind of stopped in again on the hobby. Grew up collecting 2000 like Tom Brady. Right there, I'm in like 5th grade, so it was a great time. 4th grade, actually. With it all, took a big break of like just not getting packs through high school, college, early adulthood. But 2020, I started watching like Pac-Man on YouTube, and I was like, man, I'm gonna like sort my cards and have fun with that, and the rest is history. But 2020, I think the world is looking at that time about what are my investments, and the big thing that people have always said in the finance field: diversify your portfolio. And so people really started to view everything as an investment. I mean, Nintendo 64 games that are unopened is an investment, right? And somebody's like, well, this is something tangible, right? Like if the whole market crashes, if somebody gets my identity, steals it, and then, rips my money from my bank account, I still can sell this physical thing for cash. And I think people started thinking in those ways. It was talked about a lot. So cards were this thing of like, hey, you could view this as an investment, right? It's different than putting money into your Roth IRA or having a job with a pension, investments on, whatever of the apps, Acorn, Robinhood, whatever you want to do. Like there's all those things, and people were really viewing it as an investment. I love to hear that that's not the number one looking at it, because it's just hollow in the sense of this card, you're missing so much of the agency that it can give you of like excitement, fun, even just like the selling, the flipping, as you're saying, like you got to take advantage of the prices. But if this thing is only money to you, if it's like a $20 bill in your hand, you're missing so much of what it could be. And I would hope other people can find, different things. So, well, this has been fun and good. I'm going to say this. If you're watching right now, comment this word in the chat so I can see you right now. Comment the word Trix, Trix, the cereal. I'm going to give this right now on my clock. I know sometimes things are delayed, whatnot. I'm going to give on my clock 2 minutes from this. Trix, Trix, Trix. Anybody that comments Trix in the chat, boom, we got one. Cobia Finder. And I still am having a hard time just clicking right here. Then you get there. Cool. Like it's janky. I get it. I understand we're doing some weird stuff, but here's the timer. That's not going to work. 153. I'm going to give each of you a number on this, and then we'll randomize. From there, I'll have to use my phone because I don't have StreamYard. I'm not fancy like that, so I don't have the ability to just show you the randomizer. Trust the process. I'm not trying to hustle anybody. All right, so we got Cobia. Cobia, tell me your name. What's that? What's going on there? You're at the 1 spot. Redo 3 at the 2. Matthew at the 3. I'm just glad you all stayed through here together. I was like, SCA, you just made a comment. If you missed that, ability to win, that'd be sad. Sterling, you're at the 4 spot. SCA, you're at the 5. We'll see if there's anybody else. There's 6 people live here, so there's somebody else in the next minute if you want to come in. Again, your chance, whoever gets that on the randomizer, you will win one of these giveaway packs that contains 2 top-loaded cards of significant. Hopefully, you're really excited about those cards, but they're not financially lucrative either. 4 soft-sleeved, either rookie, insert, parallel numbered, and then 3 base right there. So as I'm doing this, we got 40 seconds. If somebody else says it, oh, nice. It's a fishing reference. Kobe is a fish. Shout out, fish. My mom was the last one on the 6. Incredible. All right. We're just going to do that. Mom's like, I don't need you to drop it off the next time I see you. I don't know if, Mom, you'd be as interested in these cards. There's Vikings. There's Vikings. All right. So we'll go random number generator. We will go with the 5 ones here once the number officially goes through. So you'll see this right here. I'm going to generate 1 fake one here. This one doesn't count, just so you can see. That's the 1 out of 5. No other comments in the chat. Here's the ordering, so there's no confusion. Cobia 1, Red 2, Matthew 3, Sterling 4, SCA 5. We're live. Here's the 1. I'm going to hit it one more time and then flip it over to see who wins. Click 2 right there, which ironically is Red 03. Bada bing, bada boom. You can email me. I always have to like type this differently because YouTube doesn't want you to write like Gmail's name on their notes and stuff. Like in the comments, it gets deleted, which is super annoying. So, but here on a live, I can just write my email. It's joelsportscards@gmail.com. Red03, email me this. Let me know which one you want. I can send you this message as well, and you'll pick one of these. Hopefully, we'll do this again sometime. It'll be fun to be able to do this. Thanks for saying congrats to Red, Matthew. Shout out. Let's just look at the last couple bit of comments here before we close it up. Red talked about investing in sports cards. Go the legend, Jordan Kobe, for sure. But even that, man, Kobe in 2021 is a very different price right now, right? So hopefully the market's at a different place, but even the legends can't guarantee it. People are excited about the hobby and the momentum it has for sure, but just be aware of that. SCA Wemby has an exclusive deal with Topps. Yep, Topps. Same thing we were talking about with CJ Stroud only being in, the Bowman Chrome type stuff right now, or Topps. That's the better way. Victor is only the Bowman Chrome. That's what I meant to say. So thanks for watching, y'all. Really glad that you were here. Again, congratulations, Red03. We'll try this again. I was really happy and really pleased with this. So I'm grateful for each one of you for watching. Until next time, y'all, keep ripping and keep watching live for Card Talk Live. Peace.